So we're back off to the start, and this is the Prince Philip Challenge Cup between Shrewsbury School on the left of your picture. Easy spot then, can't you, in the yellow bow. Great to see Shrewsbury School in this event, which is for schoolgirl 8s, and Great Marlow School, the local women, and they are on the left of your picture now. They're in a white boat, and their colours are black and red. And I have to say, this is a pretty tight race, Lizzie.
It certainly is. Quite impressive, really. I think for Shrewsbury, they've tried to qualify this boat before, and they are absolutely stoked to have qualified it this year. And some of the chat just goes to show how really enthusiastic and determined these young women are.
Yeah, we're looking at the back of Isabel Torrey. She's only 16 years of age. She's already won the relay championships on the rowing ergometer. And I think it's a credit to the school and a credit, you know, Shrewsbury went mixed. They've won the boys 8 quite a few times in their distinguished history. And now they're aiming to get girls rowing on the mat as well.
I would say they've done pretty well because they've qualified 2 boats for Henley Royal. So 1 men's 8, 1 women's 8, 1 women's quad for the Diamond Jubilee. And there's quite a few 16-year-olds in this crew, so it's a young crew.
Yeah, and it's great to see these young women because they're only really going to get a taste for this experience. Great Marlow School doing fantastic. They qualified for this event on the Friday, and that was a first for Great Marlow School Boat Club, which has had boys' crews in the regatta, and they are so chuffed to be in the draw. Credit to them, and of course Fergus Murison, who's done so much work. The coach at Great Marlow School heads everything up. They've got a new boathouse, which I think they're moving into in December 2025, them and Sir William Borlase. Great initiative between the state school and the private school. And Isabel Berger, the Cox in the, well, the Cox of Great Marlow, in the coxswain seat, of course she is. She is absolutely chuffed to be steering this crew. It's a very first Henley. A couple of the girls have raced in the quad in the Diamond Jubilee with 2 blades each, but this is the first Henley for girls 8, and it's a huge, huge honour and privilege to be commentating on a state school girls 8 in Henley Regatta, Lizzie.
Sure is, and you know, often the opportunities to do sweep are fewer for younger girls, and as we said, this is a young crew, and Lucy Platt, for example, in the 4C has only just learnt to do sweep from sculling, so she is doing a very good job there. Nice and flat, really rowing right long around the pin. Hard to believe she's only just taken up sweep.
There we see Shrewsbury School on the right of your picture, Great Marlow School, who, to my money, are fighting back a little way into this. You know, it would be difficult for them to get their bows in front of Shrewsbury School, but I have seen it happen, and they have been very aggressive down the course. Just row just down the river on the Marlow Reach, or just below the Marlow Reach, out of Longridge Scout Camp, but they moved to their new boathouse now. And are Marlow coming back into it, Lizzie?
It does look like it, doesn't it? It certainly doesn't look as though Shrewsbury have been able to let up at all.
This is what we like to see.
Yeah.
And Isabel Torrey, the 16-year-old in the back, you can see in the bows, her back is closest to us. They're focused in, just still sticking at that 1-length verdict. But you can see Shrewsbury School, they can't let up at all. Shrewsbury with those famous dark blue blades and the white cross on them. And there is the back of Elise White, again another 16-year-old. Isn't it fantastic to see these young women competing at Henley? They've got a pretty nice piece of kit as well, that M-Packer with the carbon wing riggers. Probably set you back something like 70 grand, I would have thought. And obviously tremendous to row in that sort of equipment here at Henley, Lizzie.
Certainly Very lucky girls indeed, I would say, but the basics remain the same, don't they? It's all about how you place that blade in the water. Nice to have a nice piece of kit, but basic technique, and they're certainly planting their blades in and working around that point. Very determined. We've got far more sweep experience in that Shrewsbury School boat, and I think they're just beginning to show that. They've been able to hold their nerve as we come into the steward's enclosure, and now as they pass past the grandstands, they're starting to slowly ease themselves away from Great Marlow School.
So Shrewsbury School have about 10 strokes to the finish line, and they will soon hear that buzzer, which will be really sweet music to them. And over they go.
Yeah, look how delighted they are. What a good race.
Great Marlow School, they had the overlap, didn't they, at the finish. Congratulations between Danielle Ogurule in the 5-seat of Shrewsbury. Shrewsbury School beat Great Marlow School.